Welcome to How to Dress a Pear-Shaped Body by Fashion After 50. I'm Enid Sefcovic. The pear-shaped body is wider at the hips than at the shoulders or bust line. It's a very natural figure, but our society has declared that it's less than ideal. So the first thing I want to do is urge you to develop a healthy dose of self-esteem. I'm going to use very simple line drawings to illustrate these principles because I want you to see it in terms of creating optical illusions rather than as having to buy some specific garment. Let's look at a very popular style, the straight, sleeveless, sheath dress. It's not going to fit properly when the bottom and top of the figure are different sizes. Even if stretch has been added to the fabric, it will be loose on the top, it will bunch up in the middle, and it will bell inward at the bottom. The sleeveless top will create a vertical eye line that emphasizes the difference in width between your top and your hips. If you really love the dress, you might take it to a seamstress to be altered. But remember, it's a lot of work to rip out seams. Many craftswomen would rather sew a dress from scratch than completely reshape an existing garment. And it may turn out that you spend more money on the alteration than on the dress itself. Let's look at how to create visual interest on the top. We want to draw the eye away from the area we wish to conceal. First, use light and bright colors on the top. Second, use details that add interest and breadth on the top. For example, epaulettes and padded shoulders, wide sleeves such as raglan or kimono, a broad collar, and big buttons will draw the eyes upward. A nice accent necklace and earrings are effective accessories that keep eyes above the waist. You're going to want to avoid pencil skirts for the most part. A gored skirt skims the hips and creates movement when you walk. This is especially flattering if you have nice legs. The skirt doesn't have to be black, just darker and duller than the color on top. Let's compare how these two ways of dressing differ in how they create optical illusions. Let's look at a different line drawing. This one uses geometric shapes, and it emphasizes the difference between top and bottom with straight lines of differing lengths. Stripes are on trend this year, and they return summer after summer in the classic nautical style. Blue and white stripes are the classic shirt of French seamen. Horizontal stripes, whether the dress is a sheath or less fitted, accentuate the difference between the top and the bottom. It's like holding a yardstick across your body and saying, "See, measure me." Notice the little red belt. It does a good job of showing off a trim waistline. Vertical stripes are widely acknowledged as the best choice. Somewhat wider stripes create a crisp, clean look. The red belt, again, effectively shows off a trim waistline. Some fashion advisors suggest that slanted stripes have the same effect as horizontal and should be avoided if you want to conceal broad hips. But stripes are being used in varied and interesting ways this year. So let's take a look at a design like this one. By placing the top stripes and skirt stripes at complementary angles, we create lines that draw the eye toward the shoulder on the one hand and toward the legs on the other. Vertical stripes at the midriff accentuate the waistline and add to the vertical illusion. Let's compare the three drawings. Your best advisor is a three-way mirror that lets you see yourself from the side and back as well as the front when you try on clothes. Thank you for spending time with Fashion After 50. I hope you take away tips for how to use optical illusions to flatter the pear-shaped figure.